A logical fallacy is an error in reasoning that makes an argument invalid, weak, or misleading, even if it might sound convincing at first. It happens when the logic behind a conclusion is flawed. For example, if we don't buy this product, our lives will be miserable. This is a false dilemma fallacy because it assumes only two extreme outcomes. Another example: John is wrong because he is uneducated. And this is an ad hominem fallacy because it attacks the person, not the argument. The phrase "logical fallacy" and its alternatives are used in discussions and debates to point out when someone's reasoning is faulty. For instance, your argument relies on a slippery slope logical fallacy. Another use is in writing and analysis when evaluating essays, media, or persuasive text. Moreover, such a phrase is used as a critical thinking tool to help avoid poor reasoning in your own arguments. In a grammatical context, the phrase logical fallacy works as a noun, like a logical fallacy, the logical fallacy of hasty generalization, etc. Here is a list of common logical fallacies with short, clear examples. Ad hominem, which is attacking the person instead of the argument, such as "You can't trust her opinion on climate change. She's not a scientist." A straw man, and this is misrepresenting someone's argument to make it easier to attack. For example, "We should have stricter gun laws," says person A. Person B replies, "So, you want to ban all guns and leave us defenseless?" False dilemma or either-or fallacy, which is presenting only two options when more exist, such as "You're either with us or against us." Slippery slope, and this is arguing that one small step will inevitably lead to a chain of extreme consequences, like if we allow students to redo one exam, soon they'll expect to redo every exam. Circular reasoning, or begging the question, in which the conclusion is just a restatement of the premise, like "this law is unjust because it's unfair." Appeal to authority, which is claiming something is true just because an authority says so, even if the authority isn't qualified, such as "It must be healthy. My favorite actor says so." Bandwagon fallacy or appeal to popularity, and this is arguing something is true because many people believe it. For instance, everyone is investing in this stock, so it must be a good idea. Hasty generalization, which is drawing a conclusion from too little evidence, like "I met two rude people from that city, so everyone there must be rude." A red herring, which is a distraction from the real issue with irrelevant information, such as "They worry about pollution when we still have poverty." Post hoc or false cause, and this is assuming that because one thing happened after another, it caused it. For example, "I wore my luck socks and we won the game." The socks made us win. Alternatives of the phrase "logical fallacy" are fallacy, erroneous argument; flawed logic, error in reasoning; sophism, and misconception.